When you think about how little children who are not, plotting their paintings, they're literally looking at the colours, look at them. It's so exciting for them to see what happens, and they just keep going in and in. They're not being conscientious about, have I got this right or something. It's more about the experiment, and that's really the hardest thing for us to get back to. So this process got me to really explore how to stop planning and plotting. So even that, it's too organised. You can sort of tell the grown-up did it. That's better, muck it up a bit. Hi everyone, it's day 29 of the 30-day watercolour challenge, and today I did a little bit more of the loosening up. And as I explained on day 27, this is really important when you are working constantly in the studio and you start to find that you're going down rabbit holes of minutiae or even just feeling stale. And after painting for 30 days straight on these tiny little pieces of watercolor paper, just with that one medium, because I don't normally just use one medium in my practice. I tend to use oils and acrylics, mostly oil paints. And then what I do is I go to watercolor for like a little holiday, like a rest. And that is part of the dynamic of changing things to create a bit more energy around what I'm doing. It's a little bit like taking a holiday. I think that's the best analogy to it. Take a break, all those things people tell you to do. So how do you do that inside an art practice? Well, you go to another medium or you choose another style to paint in. And then it's like having a holiday from yourself or the little bog holes that you get stuck in. So these were the ones I did today, which was very much in the nature of kids painting, and I had a great time and tried to sort of emulate how a child might attack the painting, which of course I can't do because I'm a 64-year-old woman. However, I had a good time trying, and I was very happy with the results because it takes the pressure off. And when you go about this kind of thing, in your mind, you're thinking, this is just for fun. And the problem is, I know a lot of people out there that are, dabbling with paint or using paint as like a hobby. They will say, but all painting is just for fun, because they have some other serious part of work they do. But when you're actually doing art as a profession, all art is not fun. It becomes quite a burden at times, especially when you're under pressure to perform and get 30, 40 paintings done, within this time frame. And then you start worrying about a whole lot of other things, or are these going to sell? Will the gallery like them? Will the clients like them? All these things come in, and it changes the whole dynamic around what you're doing. But my advice is exactly the same. For professional artists, the best thing to do is just go nuts. Go and have a game. Go and play. Go and have fun. Take yourself out of the, I've got to make this so it can sell mode, into, I need to find fun when I'm painting again. And the only way to do that is to stop thinking about selling them. So that is the process I recorded today, as well as on day 27. And even on day 27, I got a little bit stuck a couple of times when I started to sort of tighten up. So you can have a look at that here in this little link up top. So this process got me to really explore how to stop planning and plotting. The first one I did was a little bit plotty and planny because I was actually thinking of a previous work I did, which was very stylized. But then I started to I was still trying to stay inside the lines, but I started to try and sort of break it down a little bit, as you'll see. These are the paintings from day 27, and when I got to this one, I was really, I started to be very stylized. There's merit in that. Stylized paintings is literally what some artists call their artist's voice, when it's just a style. But many artists make a whole career out of painting like that, and that is absolutely valid. Sometimes when you're playing and exploring, you actually discover a new style or mannerism you can use in your work, and that's the great advantage of playing and exploring. All right, I hope you enjoy the video. I'll now hand over to working Helen. Right, I'm going to do a really quick, easy, flowy painting today. Let's make it a fun one. Just a bit of a silly portrait of a dog. very stylized. Just so you know, I can do simple things as well as hard things. I've got my clock ticking. My son is coming in about 1 hour, so I can't go longer than that. Go! Come on, let's go. We'll just give ourselves a real bold start by doing an actual outline. It's like a cartoon, but you are allowed to do that because you are the maker of this reality. Now I'm going in with whatever bright colours I want to. Dull it down. This is fun painting. This is where you actually have a good time. And it's what you should be doing now and again for a thrill. We should all do this. It's good for you. Good bit of therapy. A whole lot of paper like that, then just go for it. Especially, that's what cheap paper's good for. I just blend some of this and then we can come in with some more texture afterwards. It's just an experiment, so I'm going to pull out to give myself a few white or pale passages here. Right, so just pull that back a little. I think it's super duper. What do you reckon? That's fun. I want to do more. I love this. This is, oh, I'd have that on my wall. Yes, I'm going to buy this one too. What will I charge myself for it? Oh, so bad. Now, what about his eyes? Let's do something. I know they're quite nice like they are, but I'll put some, goldy yellow in there. I know, there's artists that actually make like their entire career on painting like this, their dogs, and tell you what, it's just fun. So, don't discount the idea. I think the main thing with stuff like this is just got to have the courage to just let it be, to do it and leave it. Stand by while everyone says, oh, that's just a cartoon, or that's just an illustration, or my kid could do that, that kind of stuff. Well, that's fine. So what? Who cares? Look at me, I did it too. And I'm nearly 64 years old, and look, I did it. What does that mean? It means I can be a kid at this grand age. Oops, I think he needs to take that eye around there. I think that's quite an achievement, being able to do that. I would like more pink in here, so I'm just going to mix up a bit of proper pink into there. Oh, why not? Just want it to be a bit shaggy though. It's just a little bit too intentional. So we need to bugger that up a bit. What can we do for that? Okay, we'll just drop a bit of that in. Oh, that's definitely a good colour. That's him. He is done. I'm finished. Ta-da! Sign him and put him to side and do another one. And I'll show you the time in a minute. I love it. No whites in the eyes. Just simple. Right, what was that? What time? 41, so that means 20 minutes. Let's do another one before my son gets here. But look at that. we'll dry that. Okay, this is the thin paper. It's a bit like a horse, isn't it? Now last time we drew the black line in, which sort of gave us that strength. Why don't we do that again? But this time we'll use a different coloured line. When you think about how little children who are not, plotting their paintings, they're literally looking at like the colours, like look at them. It's so exciting for them to see what happens, and they just keep going in and in. They're not being conscientious about, have I got this right or something. It's more about the experiment, and that's really the hardest thing for us to get back to, especially when you've been, trying to be a professional artist as well, because it's easy to then sort of feel guilty because you think it was too easy or something. That's actually one of the big ones, the old authenticity thing going on there. What do they call that? Imposter syndrome. But we are trying to get away from that here and just play like a child. But this is definitely, the Paint Like a Kid series I'm doing is more sort of abstract. But now I'm doing this, I'm thinking maybe we could jump into this idea too and see, like, challenge ourselves to actually try and paint like a kid. Literally do it on purpose. Oh yeah, that's looking interesting. I'm going to really amp up that pink in there. A bit sort of like a candy colour thing. I need to knock it back in a few places and create some mud and ugliness, Not too pretty. Brown in there to make it a bit ugly. That's good. Okay, now if I hit that with a dryer, what's going to happen is it's going to blow everything all over the place. I don't want the puddles to go everywhere, so I'll just do it very gently. Be careful because I don't want the drips to come out. I want them to push back in so we can keep the chaos inside the form. As he smiles, it's a lot of heavy colour. There's no light passages here, so can we scrub something out for some light? Let's have a look. So even that, it's too organised the way I've painted those. You can sort of tell a grown-up did it. That's better. That's better. Just muck it up a bit. Some kid couldn't paint inside the lines. Do like a big circle instead of like a nose. Put a smile and then badly placed pupils. Yeah. Oh, it just takes a lot of work. You got to muck something up is make it look really natural. I think it's just about done. Okay, so that's one more. The time is 32. Right, so we did that one in about 10 minutes. Stop. Oops, hang on. Stop. Yep, okay, so I've got 30 minutes before James arrives. Oh, do another one. What will I do? I'm going to do a bird. Like as in, I don't know, just some crazy coloured cockatoo, no cockatoo in particular, just like a coloured bird. And I'm not planning this, I'm going to do a naive shape, just as it comes to me, so let's go. Lift off, okay, bird, parrot, 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 think like a kid. What does it look like when I like a kid? I look up and I see a bird. Can I do this? Can I imagine this bird? How would it? It's got a wing. So this is going to be really hard. So put a big face. Yeah, a big face and the beak. that's probably not a wing so much, is that's a wing, and like that. Yeah, that's good. Oh, just like that, right? Maybe, just like that, maybe. Just big eyes like that. Is that it? I was going to put a body here. All right, that's good. I'll do this sort of like small body. There we go. That's my bird shape. I need to dry. I'm going to put purple into the lines just to see what it's like. Definitely can't do it as good as kids, but I know we've got to have some. We're going to have some feet. They're probably going to be red because you know that's like that. That's definitely the feet we need. That's right. Although they are a bit refined, I'll muck them up in a minute. Now, what would well often we think like a green parrot, so we'll put green in, some green. Maybe the other wing will be just a bit of a different green because that would be the case, wouldn't it? And the body, I would say, oh, the bird has sort of blue in it. Because sometimes I'm thinking of different parrots around here that have blue in their wings. Artists really try hard. You know what this mud reminds me of when we're painting? You know when I'm not a musical, like I don't know how to play just play a bit of piano, but you know for all you proper musicians out there, the ordinary white ones and then the black ones, what are they called? And when you press the black piano buttons, it's like a really flat sort of sound compared to the tinkering ones down the bottom. But when someone who can play and they put it all together, and it just sort of drops the tone. So it's beautiful and it makes that melody. It's amazing. That's what this mud reminds me of, especially when you see children accidentally using it. And I'm watching my clock here, so stop talking and get on with your painting. So let's reinforce the yellow and maybe oh dear. To make it sort of, yep, that's it, that's enough. Okay, no more. Just got this sense of a kid coming and going, making little stripes on the feet. So there's stripes on the feet and some claws like that. That's right. They were imagining, mixing up in their mind all the things like a cocky and a bird, and they would probably have some of these. That's it, that's my bird. Oh yes, I like. I've got 17 minutes left, or do I do another one? Oh, I think I really like that. That's just like, that's getting better, it's getting better. Discard that one. See, the thing is with kids, they don't give up. You know, they'll wait till it dries and they'll do it again and again and again. Actually, they don't wait till it dries. That's why they get that good mud. Okay, something came to me then when I was doing that. I wanted to go like that. Clock racing. Come on. Yes, done. I'm done. I did it. Right, let's get everything out of the way. I think he's literally driving down the driveway. Okay, and this one. Oh gosh, look what I did. How about that, guys? That was one session, under an hour. Such fun. Look at my clock. It's about to go off. Yay! Wow. Oh look, it's such a pretty... Oh, George is barking. I think he's coming down the driveway. I think that was just such fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Just be like a little kid and just have the best time of your life. There it is. The button went off. 1 hour. Look what we made. Each one in a frame, a white frame, popped it in there. Yep, absolutely, I'm buying that one. That's mine. That one too. Into my collection. Oh yeah, that one turned out quite good despite all the trouble we had with it. It's hard being a kid, it really is. And this one looks almost contrived because it kind of was. It was based on a naive painting I'd already done, but it's definitely a saleable painting. So there you go, that's 4 paintings in 1 hour with a naive bent, and you could take that as far as you wanted in any direction. So that is day 29 of my 30-day watercolor challenge. I hope you had a lot of fun because I did. That was probably the funnest one in the whole challenge. All right, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that little adventure into those 4 crazy loose paintings. Don't forget to do subscribe if you want to, and also the full 30-day playlist will be in my first pinned comment or in the video description if you want to see the whole lot. It's all lined up in a playlist for you. Thank you for watching once again. See you on day 30.